Mad Dog, as advertised, part 2 of the Funky Frames is right here, right now, from the International Tennis Hall of Fame in Newport, Rhode Island. This is an Urge racket. I get the urge to want to swing it and throw it like a boomerang because of the way the grip is shaped. I think the grip was built like this so that you could, one, use two hands successfully, and two, help you keep the racket head up. Something funky. I think if I saw this in my bag, I'd need a new bag. Just to see, something different. Notice the handle. The next thing we have, which is very, very different, is the Snout ergonom. And someone who I was fortunate enough to have met a few times in my day, Vitas Gerulaitis, used to play with this racket, and he did pretty well with the thing. Again, the head was tilted askew so that the head of the racket was always up, and it gave you a little different way to swing at the ball. I don't know that I could have used this, but I'm very proud that Vitas could. This was a very noticeable and no TED frame out on the tour for a few years. Haven't seen any in a long time. Don't expect to see any soon, but this was the Snout, and I believe it was called the Ergonom. Yes, it was. Then we got into some, there's one other strange shape, and along with some weird string patterns. I don't know if you remember a guy named Bjorn Borg. I hope you do, because he was a fun guy to watch play. His coach, Leonard Bergline, got together with McGregor and made the McGregor Bergline. You can't see it because we're missing the crank, but there was a crank that went in the bottom of the racket that allowed you to adjust the tension as you play it. And it had a diagonal string pattern as well. It had something to do with the length of the strings and where the sweet spot was, etc., etc. All I know is it doesn't look like a lot of fun to string. And if you can find them now, I think you're doing better than most. This was the McGregor Bergline. The McGregor Bergline is no longer a line. Going from there, we have a couple of entries which are still around called the Mad Rack. And these both have, where the string pattern is created, a diamond. It's supposed to be very good for your arm. We were told that there were some players that have played with it. Here's the most modern version of it. Again, a wider beam and a little more modern looking racket. Got to try them if you want them. We have not hit with these, so we can't tell you whether they're good or bad, but they are very different and kind of funky. So there you have it. We spent a good day here in Newport. It's a beautiful place, the International Tennis Hall of Fame, full of cool stuff. If you're a tennis fan, no matter where you live, it's worth the visit, and Newport's an amazing town. So from one of my favorite places on the planet, it's the Mad Dog in Newport at the Tennis Hall of Fame.